What is up, guys? Welcome to the Journey podcast where I share tips and tricks and my journey in order to help you become the strongest version of yourself and helping myself along the way because I also learn a lot from interacting with you guys and sharing these tips because this is exactly the topic I want to talk about because I learn a lot from trying to make these podcast episodes. Now I know by this time I haven't had that many podcast episodes, but still, it makes me wonder, it makes me think, how am I going to take something that I'm applying and tell it to you guys and tell you how I'm applying it and hopefully inspiring you to do the same so you can become the strongest version of yourself. And this is the thing, like you actually learn quite a lot from sharing because sharing your perspective with somebody else makes it so that you have to explain it and that you have to get very, very concrete. And basically, the main point of this episode is when you start to make podcasts or something else where you have to explain a concept, then it forces you to understand it in a whole different way because then you have to be able to understand it enough so that you can explain it. So sometimes when you don't understand a concept, it actually helps out to help other people. I remember when I had my eBay mentor, we were talking about a lot of other things than eBay, but he told me a very profound thing, and that was this. That even though I was paying him to help me, he was the one that was learning the most. Why? Because he had to see and distill down what made him successful and analyze what he did so that I could become successful. And those are the things that's very interesting because it forced him to think about it. He often told me like, whoa, he realized some stuff that he was doing, but he was doing unconsciously, and now it made him more conscious, I imagine. He basically said that he was learning more than I was doing. And I actually thought about that, and I was like, how could that be? Because he's the one with all the knowledge. But now I'm starting to like sort of see it because I remember, and this is the thing, I had to explain my little brother something because he didn't know what to do in life. And I had to explain him because I know like where I want to go in the direction and had to explain him how I figured that out. And in a way, it was like I had to explain it in a really good way so he could understand it. I actually found a really, really good way to explain it. And that might actually be the next podcast episode of how you can find your purpose. But basically, by explaining him how I found my purpose, it made me smarter because it made me realize, oh, this is the process behind that. So by trying to help somebody else, you actually benefit yourself. It's similar to pickup. When you teach other people and give them feedback on what they were doing wrong when they were trying to pick up this girl, you realize something because you realize, oh, he wasn't leading enough. He wasn't doing X, Y, Z and stuff like that. And you start to recognize that because then when you think about that, because it's so easy to see it. I remember I was with this RSD instructor called Sarah. And she actually, we had like a boot camp, and what she taught me in that boot camp, like one of the guys from the boot camp, he was going up there to speak, and she told me I should go back behind him and hold like his hands back. So if you sort of imagine that he's forced to expand his chest because I'm holding his arms back while they lay while they're on the side. And he wanted to use his arms so much. He wanted to use his arms so much. And she was trying to teach me that I was compensating with my body movement. Now, I'm not trying to teach you guys pickup. This is just an example. And by me trying to help him to hold his arms back, I realized that shit, man. Whoa, so this is what it feels like when somebody compensates like that. And I started noticing a little bit in people. Oh, how they compensated with their movements. Not so much, but a little bit. It brought me a little bit more awareness, but it definitely brought me awareness to how he was compensating. And that made me realize, shit, I am doing the exact same thing. And I didn't quite understand it when Sarah said, okay, you're compensating with your movement. But I realize that now. So now I have a deeper understanding. I'm still trying to implement the stuff that she told me because I still tend to compensate a lot with my movement and stuff like that. But I can actually make an episode about you for you guys if you are interested in pick up all the things that I learned from the RSD instructor Sarah and how it benefited like me. And definitely recommend her, man. Go check her out on YouTube. I think you just type like Sarah RSD and let her know who sent you. Tell her that hamster sent you. That would be fun. But anyway, by helping other people, you learn more about yourself, and that's the thing. I experimented it with my little brother, trying to help him out. And the funny thing here is, it's cool. Like he understood it a little bit better. The thing here is that it actually makes really much sense to actually try to explain the concept to other people. Because you end up seeing the flaws in somebody else. And it's so much easier to see the flaws in somebody else, to see what they are doing wrong. But sometimes when you go inward, when you're explaining it to somebody else and they don't have the same biases to you like you have, they start to question some things that makes you think more about, oh, so why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? And that sort of helps you to realize some stuff about yourself. It's fun. Maybe you can call it karma, that helping other people ultimately helps yourself and makes you able to understand things on a way deeper level. But I just wanted to share that concept with you guys because you becoming the strongest version of yourself and you helping others and inspiring others to become the strongest version of yourself, that will actually, funny enough, help you become the strongest version of yourself. So, this one was a short episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Would love some feedback if you watched all the other podcast episodes that I posted. I'm open for it because I'm always open to improve myself and all of that stuff. And comment down below with your feedback. Let me know. Hit the like or the dislike button if you didn't like it. And good luck on your journey of becoming the strongest version of yourself. Peace.